Welcome to MOTOTREK. I'm Dusty Wessels. I'm the owner of West 38 Moto. I lead tours all over the Southwest and in Baja. I carry tools and recovery gear for not just my bike, but for multiple different bikes. I've got my Mosko pinner tool roll. This is my simple, quick, go-to tool roll. Mostly what I'm using in here are Allens and Torx. I don't like some of the smaller tools, hand tools, or things you attach to tighten something up. I like having a full socket wrench and different extensions. This allows me to get in and around different areas of the bike. Also in here, pair of pliers, adjustable wrench, and multiple metric sockets and adapters. That's the quick and easy tool roll. Now, I've got the Mosko fatty tool roll. This has got a little more tools in it. So, first of all, Motion Pro bead breakers and spoons. These are smaller. The reason why I carry these is because I want all of my stuff to fit in a Mosko 8-liter tail bag. All of my tools that I get to. Definitely not getting as much leverage if you get the longer ones, but these have worked out for me really well. Open end wrenches, all metric sizes. Larger sockets. Not fixing stuff that's on my bike all the time, but removing axles off of larger adventure bikes. We've got to have some big sockets. Plug kit for tubeless tires. I like using these type of plugs. They seem to work out better. I haven't had one fail or fall out. Other miscellaneous items, safety wire, hose clamp, thread locker. And in this pocket, I have some extra valve cores and a stem puller. You know what I don't carry in my toolkit? My Ridge wallet. I've been carrying a wallet in my front pocket since I was 16 years old. Thank you, Ridge Wallets, for designing an awesome, rugged, tough wallet. It's the slimmest wallet I've ever had in my front pocket. The Ridge wallet is RFID blocking and comes with a lifetime warranty. I like using the strap to hold my cash, but it comes with a clip too. Thanks to the Ridge for sponsoring this video. I also carry a bolt pack. Now, I suggest you get one of these. You can pick them up at your local motocross store or local dealer. Lots of different sizes of metric bolts in here. So we were out on a trail and somebody had fallen and bent their shift lever just a bit. And of course, me thinking, oh, I've bent plenty of these back. This will be just fine. I go to bend it back and I break the tip off. So now there's no shifter. 10 millimeters is the size of the hole that's in there. So what we did was we took this, we put it in as far as we needed to go, which is about right there. And then I took a bar, stuck this in the frame part of the motorcycle, right around where the rear racks are, and bent it. Screwed it right back in. It worked as a shift lever for about 3,000 miles. Essential item for everybody to carry, motorcycle pump. I've got a cheap one. I've used better ones in the past, but I was in a rush and they didn't have them in stock, so I just got a cheap one from a motocross store. It's got the gauge on it, plugs in to the SAE plug directly to the battery on the bike. The next item, in my opinion, is very essential, even if you ride a motorcycle that has tubeless tires. Tubes. 18-inch because it'll fit in a 17-inch, 21-inch because it'll fit in a 19-inch. Again, guiding tours, multiple bikes, I can use those for another motorcycle. Here's the thing, I've had this happen to me on the trail. I've been riding too fast, I hit an embedded rock too hard, and it dented my front rim. I've seen a lot of videos where somebody's standing there with a hammer, pounding out the rim to try to get the bead to seat. I'm thinking, well, I would just carry a tube, install a tube in there. That way I don't worry about the bead to seat. So multiple reasons for carrying tubes. I do have a tube patch kit in my toolkit. It's in the bag with the extra valve cores. Also, anytime I'm doing work on my tires or wheels on the side of the road, if I'm patching them, if I'm installing a tube, I lay down my Trailmaster Adventure mat. So everything I've just showed you, I carry on the bike all the time. So instead of carrying extra fuel, I don't need to. I've got a GS Adventure, 7.9 gallons. I carry an empty vessel. What I do if we need extra fuel, this is not the old siphoning tube where you're going to get a mouthful of gas. Slip this in, pump it, gravity feed it into your empty vessel, pour it into your motorcycle. Next thing I carry is extra oil. 1200 and 1250 and 1150 and 1100 GS's have exposed cylinders. I have repaired many holes in the cylinder or even a crankcase on the flat bike. This is epoxy stick from Gorilla Glue. I've used this, I've used JB Weld. There's multiple things you can use. Definitely a must on the trail. Let's see what we got in here. Tripod for my phone to take pictures, which I don't do enough of. Gum, eye drops, business cards, extra earplugs, some Cliff bars, batteries for my old school 20-year-old headlamp, and my favorite, some charms for me to remember my wife while I'm on my travels. I don't need this chain toolkit for my bike, but I carry it to take care of all my tour clients. If we have a link go out on a chain, I carry master links, and I can replace either a 520, 525, most modern chains. Now, a couple other things I carry, pretty essential items, zip ties. Zip ties can fix just about anything. You lose some bolts out of your windshield, put some zip ties on them. Extra straps. You know, when you're heading to camp, you just got gas, you got some food, and you want some cold beer, strap it on the back of the seat. Next up, battery jumper. I've used this multiple times on tours. You never know when you're just gonna leave your ignition on. I like the compact design of this one. It'll easily jump a motorcycle from dead. Next up, simple first aid kit you can get anywhere, mostly for cuts and bruises. But I added a signal mirror and an emergency blanket to mine. Next up is a little more of an in-depth first aid kit. My wife is an ER nurse for 20 years and she packed this for me. I've got SAM splints, sutures, staples, a lot more stuff to handle bigger injuries. Finally is my 5-to-1 pulley system rescue kit from Green Chili Adventure Gear. If you're gonna ride a 500+ pound adventure motorcycle off-road, you need to have a recovery kit or someone in your group does. Basically how this works is you anchor it at both ends. One anchor's on the bike, one anchor's on a tree or a log or a rock or a really strong person. 3 or 4 other people are pulling the strap to inch the bike up the hill. The bike is being held up by a couple other people down the hill. We've had to use this a couple of times, comes in really handy. All the gear I've talked about here has served me well for the last 11 years guiding multiple off-road adventure tours.